Hello engineering students. In this video lesson you're going to learn how to make springs. Here we have the Skills USA 2014 Technical Drafting Challenge, and springs were part of this challenge, and I would like you to understand and learn how to make springs in Autodesk Inventor. When you are tasked to create a spring, you'll most likely encounter a description like this, where it gives you just the information about the spring, but you won't actually see it in the technical drawing. You won't get a front view or a side view or anything like that. If you do have that, that's great. But you should be able to make your spring only from the description given. So there's two springs here. There's a short and a long spring. It says material UNSG1, so 0660. If you go ahead and highlight that and search for that, or copy and paste search, you'll see that that means carbon steel. And in Autodesk Inventor, we do have carbon steel as a material. The wire diameter itself is 0.02. That's how thick the wire is. The inside diameter, that is in this diagram here, we have a nice representation of all of the information needed to make a spring, such as the height. They call that free length. So the height of your spring is called free length. Your wire diameter is going to be the thickness of the wire. Your inner diameter is going to be from the end to end inside, and the outer diameter, you can see that represented in this picture here. So using this information here, we can make this spring. And also tells you the number of coils. Number of coils is shown here. So this says this spring has 8 active coils, but 10 total coils. So I believe that here 3 coils would be the active number, not the total. So with Autodesk Inventor open, here's that spring in that description. Let's learn how to make one. So click on File, New Part here, and this is all in inches, so we don't need to change anything, but let's double check. Tools, Documents, Units are in inches. Okay, go to 3D Model, click on Start a 2D Sketch here, and click on the XY plane. Click on Line. We're going to need an axis for the coil to wrap around. So you just draw a line, this line. If you want to make it the length of the free length, that's fine. So this is 0.320. I got that number from, got that number from here. The free length, 0.32. Off to the side, we want to make a small circle. So line that up with the bottom, and the diameter, I believe, was 0.02. Zoom in a little bit and double check. So inside diameter, the wire diameter is 0.02. Yep. Then the inside diameter, we need a tangent line. Let's just double check that this line is tangent to the circle. Inside diameter is 0.2. So that means between the axis and this line is going to be half of that, so 0.10. And we're going to make sure that we're horizontally aligned to the bottom and center. And then we finish the sketch. We have a button here called Coil. That's going to bring a menu up. And the method we want for this is revolution and height. And we're going to click on axis, select the axis, which is that line. And the profile is going to be the circle. And you'll see it's making a spiral up. The revolutions, that's the number of coils. So if I type in 4, 5, 8, it changes the shape of that green line. Your height here is 0.32. Your taper, there's no taper. We don't need a taper on here. And on the description of the end treatment here, it says closed. What I've done is I have a flat angle. I checked close end, a flat angle of 135, and a transition angle of 50. So those are the pretty standard normal numbers you might see on a spring. That's what I'm going to use. They didn't give us any information about that. So this is what I'm going to just default to. And then I click OK, and you'll see a spring be made. So the home view looks like this. The right view is going to look like that. And we're going to go ahead and drop down the material menu, scroll down to steel, and it's steel carbon. And there you have it. You've made the spring for the short spring here. Now, knowing what you just learned, go ahead and try making the long spring using this information on screen. So pause the video and make the spring. Once you have your short spring and your long spring, go ahead and take a picture of this. So you're going to go to File, Export Image, and send me the images of both the short and long spring, and that'll count towards me seeing that you know how to make springs.